How you doing, guys? It's BG Dino, and I am the Terradon Soldier. Welcome to my movie review and show. Today's movie is Mutiny with Jason Statham. But first, I may show the trailer or I may just show a picture because Lionsgate's been on my behind. So I don't know. Maybe let's all be surprised together. And also, that track came from John Carpenter and his son, Cody Carpenter. The song is called My Name is Death. I'm going to play the full track at the end of this video. At my closing remarks, I'm going to play the full track. Alright guys, let's go. Mutiny runs an hour and 35 minutes long. But before we start our review, let me take care of business. That's to CMA. They've been on my behind. With that being said, let's get started. The movie Mutiny starts off where you see Jason Statham. The character wasn't even really important enough for me to even remember his name. So I'm just going to say Jason Statham. Because that's all this movie pretty much was saying. Jason Statham. Okay, the movie starts. You see Jason Statham standing in the lobby. And you don't know exactly what's going on. But the movie is called Mutiny. So you already know something's great to happen. So he's walking, looking at everybody suspicious. It's like every time he look at somebody suspicious, in my mind, all I hear is, "Oh, I'm Jason Statham. Look at me. Somebody pulling one. Hey, somebody's pulling one. I'm Jason Statham." This went on for like 15, 20 minutes. Nothing actually happened. I mean, it got to the point where things was like, I was like, man, will something please happen? This is not like a regular Jason Statham movie. I don't know, I'm not gonna call the man old. I don't know, Lionsgate made this movie. I just got out of trouble with Lionsgate, so I'm trying to be peaceful with it. But I gotta tell you guys the truth. I'm not gonna lie to my audience. This movie blew. This movie
I'm telling you now, you stink.
seemed like something that was made for standard TV. It doesn't seem like something that was in the theater. So usually I give my rating and all that stuff at the end. But I'm telling you right now, you guys watch me, watch my review. But this movie. So anyway, after you realize, after he stares at people for about 20 to 30 more different things, and like I said, every time you look at him and he's staring at somebody, in your mind you feel like, hey, I'm Jason Statham. Look at me, I'm Jason Statham. Look at me, I'm Jason Statham. I'm like, will you please do something, hit somebody or get shot or something? So after maybe about the first several minutes go by of him staring at people like a weirdo, you realize that he does security. He's like in charge of some private security company that's protecting this very wealthy guy. Trying to find out the wealthy guy that he's protecting, he has a son, and he wants his son to take over his business. Now his business, he pretty much owns a shipping dock, where they ship all cargo crates and stuff like that. So after it drags on for about another 10 minutes, you see the wealthy guy and Jason Statham. They sitting there playing chess, and they said Jason Statham worked for this guy for 5 years, and just out the blue, I guess because the cameras was there recording, this is why they had this conversation. So the guy said, "Hey, how did you get so good at this?"
Piss off.
Now hold up, brother. You've been playing chess with this man for 5 years. He's been protecting your behind for 5 years. He came up in a movie that Jason Statham actually saved his life before, but I mean, I was like, okay, well, he was just security. That's what he's supposed to do, right? But trying to find out, Jason Statham is an ex-cop, and he did something wrong, and that's why he's not longer a cop. But while he was a cop, I guess he was a freelancer or something, he actually did something, and he saved the rich man's life, and the rich man decided to hire him as his security. So that's the history of that right there. It goes no deeper than that, really. And it took like forever for you to even get to that point of even understanding that. I was sitting here watching this movie, I'm like, are they kidding me? So of course, I mean, the movie pretty much tells itself in the very first 5-10 minutes. Like
He ain't lying.
I said, 5-10 minutes after you get past him just, dirty eyeballing everybody. I'm Jason Statham. Where it gets to a scene where he's at this dinner party. And this even went on for a long time. Dinner party, Jason Statham, he's standing there eyeballing everybody. You see one strange, creepy looking character guy. He's standing there. He has people in his team that run people's pictures and stuff. And he's like, what about that guy right there? The one who just standing there, not doing anything but staring at the man who owns everything. He's staring at him. What did he do?
face off?
And the guy said, oh, he does this, he does that, he's okay. And the camera constantly shows the guy. So you already know this movie is so carry on. Let me stop having to be up and carry on. So like I said, the camera keeps showing one particular guy. So you already know he got something up his sleeve. And when you see a movie like this, where there's a wealthy guy, and he also shows his son that he wants to take over. So what do you think is going to happen to you? You take one wild guess. As you can see, I'm not a fan of this movie. So anyway, it goes on and on, probably another 5-10 minutes of dragging dry conversation between the rich guy, Jason Statham, and he's telling him about how he wanted his son to take over, but he don't want his son to really take over. He just want people to think he wants his son to take over. I'm like, what? So what point is that? If you don't want him to take over, but you want everybody else to think he take over, you think they're not going to know that he's not taking over once you're done? Whatever. I don't know who wrote this movie. Maybe an elementary school kid wrote this movie or something. So carry on. It was the same with Jason Statham. He riding in the car with the billionaire guy that owns the dock, and they get set up. They ride down the street, and they're like, why are we going this way? They have detours. You've seen this a million times in movies. Street detours, so they can force them to turn a certain way. So they turn on a certain street, and Jason Statham, he's like, oh man, we gotta turn down here. All you don't know what's going on. Oh, Jason Statham. And you go out, man, they got police blocking the street up. So he said, all right, it may look right, so let me back up. Let me back out of here. And when you go to back up, it's a car to pull up. And of course, what's going to happen? The guys with some machine guns get out the car. Now that's crazy scene right here. Now there's only two people in the car, Jason Statham, and the old billionaire guy. He's sitting in the back seat, so they light the car. So first I'm like, wow, he got bulletproof windows. The windows are not bulletproof. But Jason Statham didn't get hit because he's Jason Statham. He didn't get hit. So he's able to shoot out the window, but they're not able to shoot him. So they're shooting bullets all in there. You know what? I watch these good comments. I don't think Jason Statham got a damn hangnail. He must have directed this movie. I don't even think he got a hangnail in this movie. Let's get back to it. So like I said, they're shooting at the car. So Jason Statham, here you go. On Jason Statham, he go kill 9 people with his one gun. He took out all of them. All the ones that was at him. He go to see the old man. What happened? The old man's gone. So some kind of way, because they had police working for them to try to assassinate the old man and take his stuff. Of course, you know who the real villain gonna be. You tell me. I'm not gonna say it. You already know who gonna be the real villain. That's the head person that set this all up. You already know. But I'm gonna say it for him anyway. So they put on the news that Jason Statham was the one who killed the man and killed some cops. So they pretty much tried to frame him. Guess that's why it's called Mutiny. So, oh my gracious. But just so happened, one of the 9 guys that he killed just happened to have a passport on, and this is not even the kicker. The guy on the passport just happens to look like Jason Statham. He just happened to look like Jason Statham. The guy who he killed, that had a passport that ran on the ground, he just happened to just grab one random guy and check him, and he just happened to have a damn passport on him, and he just happened to look like Jason Statham. So then Jason Statham, he calls back to his crew, his regular security crew. He got one particular guy that's like the computer guy. He says his role in this movie is really useless as a bowl of tits. But whatever, carry on. And he's like, oh yeah, he's this guy, and he ships out this time. So because Jason Statham, this all going on in Bangkok. I meant to, remind you that this whole thing is supposed to be happening in Bangkok, not in the United States. So, he decides that he's going to try to get out of Bangkok by using the guy's passport to the one guy he killed that looked just like him on Jason Statham. So he decides he wants to go to the dock, and they let him through because he looked like the guy on the picture, and he found some particular ship, just some random ship that he knew that was going to London, because I guess that's where he was based from, and he decided to be a stowaway on the ship. That's because he's Jason Statham. So he found a little comfortable spot on the ship where he could be a stowaway at. So while he's going, he heard some noise, and he's looking around. Just like maybe about 5-10 minutes while he's riding on the ship. Just after they already got him as the wanted person who killed the old man and some cops and everybody else that he killed, even the guy who looks just like him. Whatever. So he's sitting on the ship, a cargo ship that's already in the ocean, already on its way. Like I said, he was there in the stowaway, and he heard some strange noise, so he decided to go snooping around. So this turns to a whole nother story. So he noticed that the tanner, that he thought he heard something, so he decided, let me break one of the canisters open and find out what's in there. So he go in there, there was people in there, so they was trafficking humans. I don't know if I can say that, but he was, yeah, I already said it. That's what they was doing on the ship. So while this was happening, they cut away to some female, some random female, and they were showing her with her daughter, and she was leaving there and coming to work. She works on that dock. This is before, they pulled off, they went back a little bit, and they were showing one of the workers that was on there. She was more like a worker on the ship. So I guess she was like their security also. So she just happened to notice that something was going on. So she's looking for, she's somebody who checks and sees if there's any stowaways or anything. So she doesn't know anything about the traffic or anything like that. So she just happened to hear Jason Statham when he opened the thing and he was talking to the people. And he was asking them what's going on. And they was telling him, so you know what this dude do? He's like, well, hey, I gotta leave, guys, but I'll be back. So what do you think he did? He throws him back in the damn canister. I'm like, brother, hold. If I was one of them people in the canister, you would have to fight me to close that canister back. I don't. You open it up, it's open now. It ain't no close back. It ain't no wait no minute. I don't care what's going on. Can't be no worse than what I meant. That's just how I would have carried it. Sorry guys, I gotta have some fun with this movie. This movie was so dry and so predictable and pointless. I gotta have some kind of fun with it. It makes some kind of fun out of it. Because I know you guys enjoy my show, and I enjoy making this show, so carry on. So the lady, like I said, she heard some noise, so she decided to come investigate. So Jason Statham, he goes and hides behind something. So he see the lady come down on her flashlight, and she noticed one of the canisters locked his off. So she goes looking there, and then she noticed that there was some people in there, so they was trafficking. So she's all like, oh my goodness. So she really didn't know. So she's calling, but she goes to call the captain. Captain, we have a problem down here. We have something going on. The captain answers the phone. So she decides to go up to where he's at. I guess they call it the bridge or something. Whatever ship term. Everybody get on ship and start getting on nautical terms and stuff. The office upstairs, they call it the bridge, I guess. So she goes up there and she tells the captain, yeah, this is what's going on. And he's like, oh my goodness. He didn't seem worried at all. He's calling all his security like, yeah, you guys follow protocol. So she noticed that he's not like concerned at all. He's more like, he's not concerned. He's more like already prepared in his mind to handle the situation. So she realized something went right. She escaped from there. She eventually escapes from there. Jason Statham catch up with her. And of course we have Jason Statham. He goes and kicks everybody's butt on the ship. Some kind of way when she was on the run, she called the Coast Guard, and she was telling the Coast Guard that something was going on. So the Coast Guard, they noticed, they was working on a little investigation too once she called, and then they called back and nobody answered. Of course, you dial number one and hang up, what do? They call back, and if you don't answer the phone, they gonna send a cop. Same thing with Coast Guard. So before we had to dig too much of that, that's what they were doing. Coast Guard sent some of their people to the ships while this whole thing going on. The captain, he's chasing the girl, chasing Jason Statham. They called him a stowaway. They realized who he really was. He was like some kind of special force guy before he became a cop. And he got mistakenly, well, whatever it is, he got framed for something. And they just want him. They want him free. They want him. The Coast Guard want him, and they want the captain because they realized that the captain was up to something. And this movie was exhausting. It was exhausting. It was like a long hour and 35 minutes. And the only thing I can really do, I can't even get anything out of the movie. I mean, maybe it was like 2 or 3 good scenes where Jason Statham, he was doing John Wick. John Wick, and he fights somebody, and he does his little shooting and stuff. We always hit him in the head or the neck or something. It was a lot of that. Well, not a lot of it, but there was some of it. Those fight scenes were dry, old, and slow. They was dry, old, and slow. This movie was exhausting. He eventually wipes out all the people that's on the ship, including the captain. Him and the captain has the biggest fight scene. They fighting back and forth. He grabs the goddamn hook like he's on I Know What You Did Last Summer and fights the captain. He done stuck the captain's arm, his neck, his shoulder. The captain's still fighting until he gets to one scene where he stuck his hand, the hook, like I know what you did last summer, one of them kind of hooks. Whatever it's called. So he got him trapped in the wall so he can't move. Then Jay Statham, he goes get a foam gun, a tune gun, whatever kind of gun they shoot tuner with. I don't know what it's called. A buffoon gun, whatever it is. So he shoots the guy and hit him, and it goes to his head and he goes to him. Alright, that was an awesome kill. Okay, that was an awesome kill. By this time, of course, what happens now? Coast Guard comes. We looking for this particular guy. But she said, no, the guy y'all looking for, he's dead. So she was giving Jason Statham, she was giving him a free pass to get away because they still wanted him because he still was wanted for murder. But she said they killed him and now he's supposed to live his life as the guy he actually killed. He stole his identity from, which nobody cannot take the guy that's lying on the ground dead off the damn ship where he stole it from, check his fingerprints and realize that he's him. Carry on. I don't know what the hell somebody thinking when they made this movie. I don't know, maybe they lost a bet or something. I don't know what happened with this movie or why they needed this movie or why they made it. So the movie pretty much goes off. So he rescued some people that was in a canister. Oh no, I'm sorry, it didn't go off yet. I'm sorry, don't go on credit, we don't cut it back. I'm going to credit yet. So he has to go and deal with the people who actually set the old man up. I left away from that story for so long, and that's how the movie did. The movie did pretty much like, forget that story, we on this story now about the humans and these canisters. Forget that story, so now back to that story. He finally gets off, like I said, they let him go, and he goes back to try to find out what actually happened to his boss. So he gets the guy that was inside the thing. No, I'm sorry, he catches up with the son. He realized that the son had something to do with it. Of course, you already knew that from the beginning, right? Once I said he had a son, and his son's supposed to be taking over, but he didn't really want his son to take over him. All that confusion crap. You already knew that the son had something to do with it. So he scolded the son like, you shouldn't have done that. You know, you're a very bad guy. Because you know, I'm Jason Statham. You shouldn't have done that. You're a very bad kid. You didn't beat him up. You didn't kill him. You didn't get him locked up. He just stole the man. Right? I'm not kidding, guys. So then he goes and track down the guy that was at the restaurant, the real sketchy looking guy that he was looking at first, that he had something to do with it too. So he gets to him and the guy like, hey man, let me go. I can give you whatever you want. I can get you anything you want. What do you want? So Jason Statham, he didn't say nothing. He just looked at him. And the guy was like, well, what do you want? So then he, on Jason Statham, and he shot the guy, shot him on the head, and he said, I want revenge. Damn. What? That ain't been my immediate reaction to this movie.
You know, have a beer, go fuck yourself.
I think I'll say, from my heart, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass!
And my rating is going to be a 1.5 out of 5.5 turbo soldiers. 1.5 out of 5.5 turbo soldiers. The only reason why I gave it that extra 5 is because they killed with the captain. That was a pretty good kill. I enjoyed that kill. It was crazy. It was unusual. It looked graphic. It looked real. It looked good. It was a good fight scene. The rest of the movie, is it adult? I can't even get my words right. This movie is just so exhausting. Is this a date night movie? Yeah, if you want to have a bad date, don't go see this. Go see something else. This movie is not good. This movie shouldn't even been in the movie theater. This should have went straight to TV. I ain't say HBO, Showtime, Peacock. This need to go straight there. Whatever the lowest app that you can whatever's free, they need to go on one of them things. They go on one of them standard channels. This movie sucks. Jason Statham, I think he's been a mechanic, a beekeeper, and a whole bunch of other crap. But this time, I think you done blew it. You done blew it this time, buddy, because this one ain't good. You should have told him no thank you. I'll wait till someone else give me something else. Call me like the balloon man or something like that. They got the beekeeper and the mechanic. And what can you be next, bro? So what can you be next? Get it? You can be the mortician next. You can be the mortician next. There you go. That's what next movie just said. You're going to be the mortician. Unless you already done did it. But that man said, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys. All y'all support. I really thank you so much. Shout out to the entire Terror Dome family. Shout out to the Dante Show Network. Shout out to Miss Jersey. Shout out to my buddy Be Humble. Beyond Podcast. These guys all have content on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Please give these guys a try. This BG Dino, the Terradome Soldier. Salute. Thank you guys. Please be safe. I love you guys. And please stay tuned for the next movie review. But stay tuned to hear these great tunes from the Carpenter family. John Carpenter and Cody Carpenter. The intro music. I promise to play it. See you guys later. Bye.